I'm Jerry Doherty. This is an account for you of the building, voicing and tuning of the Kenneth Jones Skrabl organ in the Church of the Assumption, Newcastle, County Down during the months of July and August 2016. This is the first morning of the installation of the organ. The organ builders Skrabl of Slovenia have just arrived and they are moving all of the parts of the organ into the church. Father Colin is there walking towards us, and we are now, I'm just showing what has been brought into the church already. These are the parts which are going to be assembled over the next 2 weeks. Here are the crew who are going to install the organ, getting all of the pieces together. This behind is the organ that we have been using, the box organ or the chamber organ, which belongs to Skrabl, and this now is the console of the new organ, which is an expansion of the console of the organ which we had already installed. The Kenneth Jones organ will now become a Kenneth Jones and Skrabl organ. The forklift truck is being moved into the church in order to raise the console, the sound boxes and the wind chambers to the gallery on the first floor. We are having a lot of difficulty with the space, but the men who are operating the forklift truck seem to be very, very experienced. But it is quite interesting to see a forklift moving slowly past the beautiful stained glass windows which are at the rear of the church. Now, what's happening now is that one of the wind chambers is being lifted by the forklift onto the gallery above the right-hand side of the altar, where the main organ, or the whole of the organ in fact, is going to be situated. As you can see, it's an extremely delicate process. We are within centimetres of various difficulties, and you see, for instance, the light fitting having to be moved out of the way in order to make space for the forklift. We are moving up forwards, many directions being given to the forklift driver as to what to do next, and it is being moved in over the gallery railings. Now, the cabinets of the organ have now been placed on the upper gallery. In front of you we have the keyboard, which is now installed, but you see that the pedal has not been installed. Now, as I move up, we have got the great organ, which is this front section here, and that is the cabinet of the old organ which has been extended. A little bit of orientation now. If you look down from here, you're looking towards the canopy of the church and down into the main body. As we can see now, the casing of the front of the organ is now more or less in place, and there is an element being put in at the moment. I think that's one of the connections between the keyboard and the great organ. Now, I have with me Gregor, who is really in charge of the installation of the organ. He will also be overseeing the tuning when it is installed. Just to get to the beginning, Gregor, can you tell us, just outline very simply to us, the various steps which you go through in order to build an organ like this in an area such as this?
Hi there. Yes, firstly we have to build a whole organ in our workshop. That we prepared it, all the details. Then we take the organ apart, and when we came to the place where the organ should stand, we firstly have to level the floor with such elements. On those elements we then install the windchest and the footrest for windchest, and above all we install the housing of the organ. The windchest should be connected with the motors, with the wind channels that you see before, and then all the windchests should be connected to the keyboards with the railways, which are crucial element for taking the action of the organ player. After all of this, we should install the pipes, which then the people who are voicers and tuners should come and voice and tune all the pipes that there get the procedure, temperament and tone.
Thank you very much indeed, Gregor, for that very clear outline of what you are doing. I'm moving up into the gallery now, and you can see the installers now, the craftsmen, busy at work assembling various elements of the organ. There we have the keyboard area. Here we have the installation of the wind channels, which will join the bellows section to the swell and to the pedal organs. And now I'm going to walk right round the organ as it is now. Now you'll notice, for instance, the casing has all now been built. To my left here is the swell organ, which will have its ranks of pipes installed in this framework. Below that is going to be the wind chamber, and as you can see over here are the wind channels, which will bring the wind from the bellows to the organ. If I walk round it by the front, I'm taking you back towards the console of the organ. Now here we have the keyboard in the process of being installed. I have Gregor back here now, and we're round the console now of the organ, which, as you see, has been put onto the gallery, and Gregor is now going to walk us around the organ to show us what internal parts are being installed at the moment.
Hi there again. Yes, we are standing by the keyboards right now, where we can find the keys, which are the crucial element for the organist on which he plays. Keys are then connected with the rails to the, which we can see now, which are going back to the rail boards and to the windchests. You can see backflits right there, and then again rails forward.
This is the wind chest here, yes.
On the top of that area it comes the pipes. Each hole is for one pipe.
Which one is the bellow now, Gregor?
Bellow is up there.
Oh, in the corner.
In the corner we found.
That's
on
the
the left
bellows.
side the bellow, and on the right side is the motor of the organs.
Okay. We go back this way. And at the rear
is one interesting picture up there. Yes, this is the picture when you can easily see, and nice to see the roller board and all connections which we have spoken before. Down there you can see the playwood and the mechanic on the right side. the main board for electronic action. So all the cables come in here, and here is decision made which electronic action will be made when the player start with taking knobs out or putting them in.
Sorry, Robert, then we move back. Sorry, Robert, we're holding you back. Now, on this side, I wondered what this is here.
Yes, we started just today with installing the tunnels for the air tunnels, which are supplying wind chests with the air, which is the base thing that these pipes can be heard.
So the air, the air will come from the bellows, which are over here.
Over here, yeah.
Right. So the track of the air is from the bellows through this channel.
To the wind chest, and from the wind chest to the pipe.
The wind chest, and then to the pipe. So you have a wind chest. That is the base of the wind chest.
This is the base of the wind chest there.
Right, and then the pipes are placed
on
that.
Yeah.
And that will fill, pipes will fill the cabinet.
Fill the, yes. But we can find inside here the inside of the wind chest. Then you can see all the valves.
Oh, yes.
So when the key is pushed down, then the valve is opened and the air comes into the tunnel, which is then where goes to the pipe, and the pipe can sink.
So this here, what you have been manipulating there, it will allow the wind to go into an individual pipe.
Individual pipe, yes.
Right.
We have 65 of such.
Thank you very much again for a very clear explanation as to how things work. I'm in the upper gallery at the moment. As you see, this is our original panelling. I'm going to bring you slowly down along this panel and show you the work which is going on at the next level. As you see, we're at the console of the organ, the wind chamber or the wind channel, which goes back towards the bellows, and then up here we've got the extension to the organ of the swell cabinet, and as we can see, the louvers, which are really Venetian blinds, which open and close to give you the varying dynamics of the music. The louvers have now been installed, and they are operated from the swell pedal, which is on the console of the organ. I'll just summarise the types of pipes that are used in the organ. There are two main types, a flue and a reed. I'll give you an example of a flue first of all. Now this is a gamba, which is an 8-foot. I'll explain 8-foot at the minute. Now you notice, for instance, the pipes can be of different shapes. This is conical and gives a certain quality to the sound. Now you notice if I go along the wind holes, they are fairly simple pieces of apparatus. The wind comes in through the toe, which is placed at the bottom of the rank, and they are connected to the wind chamber. And the wind simply comes through, vibrates here, the whole of the metal vibrates and causes the sound. Now this is an 8-foot. Now 8-foot means more or less concert pitch. And when we talk about the foot relating to the pipe of an orchestra, it means the length of the pipe in the lowest pitch of that particular scale. And that the 8 foot then would really refer to the notes, say, on a piano, right, at concert pitch. And then as the footage goes down, 4 foot is an octave up, 2 foot another octave up from that, and then going the other way, 16 foot, which is really related to the pedals, which is an octave down from 8, and then sometimes there are 32 feet, but I don't think we have that here. Now, those are the flues. Now, the reeds, I'll bring you over here. Gregor is here now and is going to explain once more to us how the reed works. Now, there is the reed section. Now you see again the little brass piece, that is the tuning stick, and then as we go closer here, the reed is fixed down this part of the instrument, and it is the vibration of the reed which causes the sound. That vibration is similar to what you would get in an oboe, a clarinet or a saxophone. I'd like now just to introduce you, before we go, to the 4 installers who've been working extremely industriously with us for the last fortnight, really. And here is Gregor, and Robert, and Vincent, and Milan. And could I say on my own behalf, and I think on behalf of the parish, you've made me feel very, very welcome, and you've made me feel part of the installation process. I look forward very, very much to playing what is going to be a most beautiful instrument over the next couple of years. The instrument also is going to be a legacy to the church for the next 50 or maybe 100 years. And we all, myself and maybe those who will come after me, will appreciate the work that has been done by our very, very highly skillful organ builders. And thank you all very, very much indeed. All of the building and construction of the organ has now been completed, and for the next 2 or 3 weeks the voicers and the tuners will be, well, voicing and tuning each individual pipe in order to make the organ accessible to the ear, in tune and suitable for playing in the church. The whole installation has now been completed, and we are now on the voicing and tuning. And with us for the next 2 or 3 weeks are going to be the 2 professional voicers and tuners of the organ. On our left is Andre, and on our right is Emil. So could I just ask you, Emil, what is the basic process involved in tuning an organ?
I will show you one pipe. For example, this is 8-foot principal pipe. It's a prospect pipe. That means it's in the front of the organ. Everyone can see it. And if you look here, the mouth, here the voice is produced. The wind is coming through the leg. When we press the key, then the air is coming through and make the sound here on the mouth. And with the form of the mouth also depends on how big is opening of the mouth, and the cut up, how high is it, and the nicks or without nicks in the mouth that change the character of the pipe. And when is this done, then we do the tuning, and the tuning is, we do it with this scroll here, and in this kind of the pipe, so we just move it a little bit down or up. That makes a little bit change of the length of this body of the pipe, who define the pitch. And then we have the reed pipes here in the swell box. So in this case we have a trumpet, 8-foot here, and this pipes is tuning by moving the wire which is connected to the reed, and we just go a little bit up or down, and that means we change the length of the moving part of the reed. So that makes also, if this part is shorter, the pitch is higher. If it's longer, then the pitch is slower.
When you are tuning, do you have to change the strength of the wind that comes through?
No, we don't change anything. We just press the key. The wind should be very constant. The changing of the wind pressure can make a big difference. And the tuning and the character of the pipe is also different.
Thank you very, very much, Emil. That was very, very enlightening. I'm just showing you very briefly the process of tuning and voicing. Emil here is working on the flute section of the bass, and you notice that each of the pipes has to be individually tuned by the insertion of these wooden pieces, and great care has to be taken with the actual voicing, the sound that is coming from the pipe and also from the pitch at which the pipe is going to be played. Now what's going on here is the voicing of the trumpet section, which, as you see, is a reed. And what Emil has been doing is he has been fashioning the reed, and he's been placing it in its proper position in the pipe itself. He's now going to listen to the sound that it makes. Is that the same one, or is it a new one?
It's the same one.
Right. So it's not just quite ready yet.
I'm not satisfied.
So Emil is going to remove the reed again, and he's going to, I suppose, refine it, in which he seems to be sharpening or in some way fashioning the reed. See, it's all very, very skillful and very, very precise. The reed will be once again placed into the instrument. It will be listened to again.